to healthy and safe. To start, I just wanted to reiterate that we are currently at 0 active cases, still at the total number of cases that brings to 16. And also, I wanted to share just a few pieces. We still very much are in stage 2.5 of our recovery plan, but a few pieces that I wanted to share with our community today is the COVID-19 Information and Assessment Center are booking COVID-19 tests for our community members. And this is only at the times of on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The Oswego Public Health are preparing for their upcoming flu vaccine clinics and immunization campaigns. So we ask that you keep an eye out for more updates as that information becomes more available. And as of September 21st, the Ministry of Health released updated symptoms for COVID-19. Noting that when assessing for the symptoms, the focus should be on evaluating if they are new, worsening, or different from an individual's usual state. So these symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, sore throat, runny nose, nasal congestion, decrease or loss of smell or taste, nausea, diarrhea, or abdominal pain. Those are just the common symptoms. We can also carry the virus and show atypical symptoms, which include chills, headache, fatigue, muscle aches and pain, and decrease or lack of appetite. So we just want to make that note as well. You can find all this information on the Ontario government's website as well as our social media platforms and websites. In addition to that update, during Tuesday's General Council meeting, the Emergency Control Group recommended to the elected council and received a resolution passing to reduce the size of private unmonitored gatherings from 25 indoors and 40 outdoors to now 10 indoors and 25 outdoors. So when determining what monitored and unmonitored gatherings, we ask that you look at it this way. So monitored gatherings took the time to assess the risk of the event and sought advice from our public health officials on best ways to run the event and have ample health and safety measures in place to reduce the risk of exposure and spread of COVID. Expanding on monitored events, on behalf of the Emergency Control Group and the elected council, we want to say now and thank you to the members of the Turtle Island Lacrosse for reaching out to us and presenting their COVID-19 health and safety measures for their upcoming Iroquois Nationals Lacrosse Camp. We appreciate you reaching out to us, and we wish you all the best with your camp this weekend that is set to take place. In addition to that as well, we're asking that any events that are scheduled, community events for the upcoming weeks or months, that we look to present into the Emergency Control Group. So we ask any event organizers or coordinators if they can make that contact so that we can determine next best steps. The other update involves a free COVID-19 education video resource for our community. These videos can be viewed on our YouTube and Facebook social media channels. There are 4 education sessions within this resource, and really it's just a great way to gather knowledge and how to keep safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. So again, you can find those on our social media platforms. Our goal is what we're shifting towards is to making sure that we're educating our community as best as we can and informing them as we move forward. Under normal circumstances, we all know the fall season would be a time to gather with family and friends. And as we know, with Halloween and Thanksgiving coming up, that we still are very much in a pandemic, and we want to make that reminder that we still must remain vigilant as we shift towards those upcoming events. So again, just making sure that we're making safe choices when we're leaving our homes, making sure that we have our mask on hand and constant washing of hands, and basically all the measures that we've put in place, and to keep us at the number of weeks that we're at in terms of closing the 0 active cases. So again, this fall season should be no different from any seasons in the past months. We just still very much need to maintain what we've been doing in order for us to continue our safety of all of our members. Again, we're encouraging all of our community to monitor themselves for the symptoms, and to, if in the case that they are wanting to book a test or have an inquiry or question, that we ask that you call the Six Nations COVID-19 Information and Assessment Center at 226-446-9909 or toll free at 1-855-977-7737. A nurse and or a physician will determine if a test is needed while they assess you over the phone. You will also be given instructions on how to prevent the transmission of this virus in your home. We're also asking to please remember that any persons or home under self-isolation should not receive any visitors. And also another reminder that mandatory 14-day self-isolation is still very much in effect for those community members returning from home, as well as in terms of the borders into the United States and things like that. So please also be cautious of nearby COVID-19 hotspot areas and what we see is happening usually in the Toronto GTA area. So that's just a little update in regards to COVID. But in regards to next steps as to where we've been at council, just to update in terms of our lands and membership office, that will be reopening as of this upcoming Monday, September 28th. For more information, you could find that on our website and social media platforms as well. And I know my office has been receiving some calls in regards to status cards, so we know that many people are in need of those, of renewals or having to get those, so those will start again up this week. The next piece also is in regards to what is road resurfacing that's happening on 5th Line. If you have traveled down 5th Line, you'll notice that it's under construction at this time. We ask travelers to watch their speed while traveling down 5th Line from Cayuga Road to Cheeseford Road. That work is expected to be completed by October 10th. So again, we ask those people in that area traveling down that area to drive with caution. The next item of update is in regards to our schools. Obviously, I know it must feel a little bit chaotic right now with working parents and students having to be at home and to learn from a computer screen. So we're doing our best right now to support parents and families as much as we can. So we ask that you maintain contact within your schools so that any issues that may arise or any concerns that you may have, that we rectify the situation as quickly as possible. So again, we're just we want to make a message that it's clear that we feel for the parents right now and our families that are because we're such in a difficult position. However, the health and safety of our students and our families is the utmost priority at this time, and we're continuing to assess the situation as we move forward. In addition to that update, I also wanted just to provide a quick update in regards to internet. As we know, the connectivity has been an issue over some time. I know my previous updates I've updated specifically as to where we are. So right now, we're still in discussions with the necessary partners and key stakeholders. We realize and understand that obviously connectivity is the big issue right now. We are working towards increasing that connectivity by 30%. Obviously, it's noted that we're not going to ever get to 100%, but we're going to get very close. And so with that, we'll have to see the construction of multiple towers put up. But we want to be able to inform the community as to when and if that will happen, because again, we've been working diligently to receive and get funding in order to see this project through. We realize this issue is a time-sensitive issue as we have many students and people working from home and are reliant on internet at this time. So, that's the short-term solution to that piece. We realize and understand the next bigger picture is going to be fiber, which is the speed of internet, and we'll be working to looking at a broadband task force created so that we can look at the bigger picture to our internet issues. The final update that I have is in regards to I had provided this update last week in regards to the businesses in our health and safety guidelines. So we asked all business owners should have received a package by now that basically has inclusive to our 2.5 stage that we're into the overall business guidelines. We ask that you use it's a really good document, it's a good resource, and if you have any questions or concerns, to please call the hotline within the letter itself. And we're really looking to utilizing the self-assessment tool, and if you need any support, that again, we're just looking to keep our community safe, and I want to thank our business community for implementing the measures that they've done in their businesses. So that's until my next update. I again just want to wish everybody a good weekend, to stay safe, stay healthy, and we will look forward to our next update next week as we provide more information as it becomes more available.
Okay,
so
thank you for taking the time today. I know you have a busy schedule, it's a busy Friday, so thanks for coming in and taking the time to give us this update. We'll look forward to next Friday as well. In case you missed it, make sure to check it out live. The video is up on the Six Nations of the Grand River Facebook page.